Listeners across the globe, thank you so much for joining us here this evening. I'm Alfonso and Sot of the Liberia Public Radio 10 Lpr-Tv. This is the Sunday's editions of the Examiner. We want to welcome all of you here this evening. So let's get the ball rolling right here. Just bear with me quickly here and we will get started. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So want to welcome all of you to this broadcast. I'm Alfonso and Sot of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. Just bear with me here. Let's see here. Good evening, good evening. So say welcome to the show. There's a change in time today, so things kind of like went a little bit, but now we're standing to be here to have this conversation. I want to thank you so much for joining us. We say happy Sunday, by the way. Hopefully your Sunday went well as well, and from our end, by the grace of God. This is the regular editions of the Examiner. We want to thank you so much for joining us here this evening. Is 7:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a change in time, right? So things going to be moving around here and there, but I just want to start here off here this evening. Let me see here something that's right here. Is it dark or is the light good? Please let me know if it's okay. Try to give a good system. I just did a post late this evening. A very sad news for someone that I know, who is a brother, not just being a family person, based on things that we've been doing in common, the sort of support system we've been giving one another. It's tough. The Liberal Progressive, if you know, Samson Brown told, he did a post yesterday, and I just sort of did one this evening, literally like 30 minutes ago. It was just something that happened quick, and I'm wondering what really is the problem and how these problems can be resolved. The Liberal Progressive, aka Samson told, let me just put this here. Late yesterday, it all started on Thursday morning. That's part of our Tabata, our differences here. We really can have conversation on different things off record, whether we agree or disagree. Sabah Samson told us the sons of the Liberal Progressive passed away yesterday morning in the West African state of the Republic of Liberia. For those of you that have his number, and the number you usually call, to reach out. Things just turned in less than 72 hours. And the story because when they call him, California, and we in the East Coast, there's a sort of difference in time. The call that he was now well. Uh, uh, I hope there will be some sort of change. And sometimes things happen before something can be done about it. I believe he was heading home or was going on his normal routine, and he was feeling very unusual, according to initial report that we got. And he decided to kind of the bike he was on. He decided to get off to see whether he can monitor his own body to see what was going on. And according to what we gathered, he fell. But the system in Liberia too, it like everybody for themselves. And sometimes when things happen, people draw the conclusion. This person either is a Zogo, as determined, or this person is in drugs. And according to what we gathered, people were just passing. Apparently unconscious. Was there for a couple of times until another passerby, another bike rider who knows in apparently in the same community from the same time and saw him and said, "Oh, what's going on, Sabah? What happens to you?" Just in that time, he was the Good Samaritan, and they decided to rush into the hospital. Uh, when they rushed into Catholic hospital, according to reports, and the Liberal was on the phone with me. It was like little around 11:30 to 12 my time. Usually we kind of try to check in with one another. He said, "Oh, I just got a call here that Sabah fell off and they rushed into the hospital." But the wife called me. It's unusual that the city cannot touch him. They can't pull hair on him. There's nothing can be administered unless they pay 250 United States dollars. I said, what? Say here, but as government have it, it's not like before you gotta wake up to go to Western Union or RIE or whatever it is. He immediately send that money. He said, "Well, I don't want anything happen, so I just send it, and they should do whatever the treatment." It got to ERWA. The story went on to say what happened. They could not attend to him. And the most bizarre one was the call JF. They decided to send him, refer him to JFK Medical Facility. So when they called the ambulance, according to them, that the ambulance came from JFK. Ambulance does not have an oxygen machine. Oxygen, the country biggest medical facility, according to what we received. So ERWA and ERWA, Cali Hospital was the one was trying to, they said they decided to borrow or lend their oxygen machine to him. So they were making a referral. So their contention too was, okay, if you are to carry our oxygen machine, then sure, I don't know what are going to be the right word, collateral. One of the family member will have to stay here, and the other one can go to make sure our oxygen machine is returned. Our country is, I mean, just hearing this, imagine how many people that even goes to the hospital and people make demands. You either have to do this if you can't get this done, and that's it. And all that time, person was still fighting for his life, arguing who going to bring oxygen machine, how the oxygen machine somebody got to stand in as a collateral. I don't know whether that want to be the right word. And that was the final decision. Report over extra 10, 15 minutes. They were still arguing while the young man was fighting for his life because they wanted a family man to stay in either in their custody or with them until JFK or the family person returned their oxygen machine. That's the only way. They have no choice. So a family person have to stay, and they went rushing to JFK. By the time they got there, it was just late. Probably early intervention could have. Only to get a phone call yesterday to a man, a husband, a father uh, passed away. And that was really touching. Deliberate, it's the talk on a daily basis that I know. And, and in fact, he just buried his own cousin last week. He just laid his own cousins to rest. Announced literally less than a week, and he passed. Mother came to town, not well, to come to hospital to the son. Mother there fighting, moving the mother, and son passed. But the fact that we have a major medical facility, I have no reason why they lied. I have not talked to anybody from the JFK facility, but to say that, but there are a lot of stories always coming in when it comes to this hospital issue that they do not have such a big hospital, no oxygen machine. So I'm wondering if you had 3, 4, 5, 6 person need such a machine, what becomes of those people? This is a clear indication the challenge and how people are surviving. You see politicians, you see people moving around, they just think it's normal, it's okay. Things to set as a priority for life saving, it's not been put first. So people are just at risk in our country. It's just by the mercy of God. We don't know what really. Maybe there was something going on in the body. Okay, how many persons go for to normal medical checkup? How many persons? On an average, it would to do a statistics. It would just be horrible. But the fact of the matter here that people go to hospital. I don't know. I can remember years back or those days whether there was a situation. I don't know what can be done that such a demand should be made when people. So it just speaks to the value that people die for little of nothing, something that could be a life saving, but because of this the demand now they pay the money, and you cannot even administer whatever treatment. You're making a referral at a hospital, ambulance coming, no oxygen. They say family member got to stay in point or got to stay as a collateral until their machine can be returned. In the meanwhile, you have a human being there still fighting for his life. Only when they got there, the doctor said it was late. In less than 20 minutes, the call back that he has gave his ghost. And that's a country, that's a society that we have. And these are challenges, and it speaks to the value that we're just talking about some couple of days ago. And it is not just of recent, it's been ongoing. But there are things that we're supposed to prioritize. You see, people moving all around fighting for what going to happen in the next 3, 4 years. And so it brings me to the point, like yesterday I was listening to a former President Obama campaign, not campaign, it's on a YouTube, what was statement on the current state of affairs, the government shut down, and how people more or less thinking about 3 years to come, the unstoppable team, but yet not talking about what is facing the nation. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Things to be prioritized, things to look at, the educational system, the health system. If you have a society where people dying, your voting population decreasing on a daily basis because of little things, That is a concern. And we just hope that people, we're not going to hold people accountable, but responsible institutions, they prioritize things that they should, be put first, But we have a system that really needs some sort of support that needs to be prioritized, that there should be a focus. That is not happening. We having people worrying about what's going to happen in the next 3, 4 years. You don't even know whether you're going to be around. So why not focus on what is on hand to get it fixed? But again, please keep our guide, the liberal progressive in prayer. Someone, most sons in 40, that is painful. And when I talk to him, sometimes when things happen, the shock doesn't kick in so easily because you try to process it. So you're wondering what went wrong, how come, why so quick? And I just think it was just so fast. In less than 72 hours, things just changed from point A to zero to get us to this point. I met this young man when I was in Liberia. You see his face, you see the dad. No, I mean, no different. I mean, to just see somebody's moving around and out of the sudden things just change the way it's changed. It's sad. If you look at the time, the investments, all of the time put in, and out of the sudden, it just went. He was one of the guys who was standing up for his father's farmland, all of that. The liberal that I know, I spoke to him this morning. The voice, the outburst, and to the sound, it's painful. We just want to all of you, to us, to keep in prayer. It's a very tough one, especially just last week, buried his I believe niece, and that healing process has not even gone. And the guy who was there running out of the errands to make sure everything is okay in less than a week, to meet his own untimely demise. That is to show that we are in a society of uncertainty. Anything can happen anytime. So for those who keep grudges of people, I can't speak to the one can't speak to me, and this one do this, blah blah blah. It's just not healthy, good for all of us. Uh, People, there's something wrong, you just speak it out, sort it out, and find a way forward and move forward. I just feel so downhearted, especially when you know somebody, not just on the friend, but I see him as a brother, as a mentor who is always there for people. Very, very nice guy. So um, I'm going to be very tolerant with him during this sort of bereavement time. It is sad, it is painful to see what is happening. We just hope and pray that those that are responsible um, to get things done in the country, they will understand back of the society, people lives depend on them, and decision being made sometimes is just careless. I wish they were, done something about it, to have a minister fresh something instead of making a demand, you have to do this before we can do this. Or somebody is fighting for his life. Well, so Liberal, we will say our prayers and thought goes out to you, to the entire family. We'll keep you posted on the funeral rites. The me is not here, it's in Liberia, but we're going to announce it. For those of you who have the Liberal number, you can reach out. Just a word of consolation can help. Just to say I'm in prayer with you. I share your grief. I share this moment with you. I think that it will be welcoming. So don't be surprised. The Liberal will not be coming on in the next couple of days, week perhaps. And it is fair enough for he to go through that sort of healing process. Yeah, that's not that his son. I mean, his son, almost 40s, in the 40. his son. So just imagine, all of a sudden, that sort of disconnect is created. So you're going to get taking your time to process healing and all of that. Let me take a quick commercial break. We're not going to be here that long, that much. When things happen, you got to stand and support your people in whatever way they can, just to make sure that they have people by their side. Let's take a break, and I will be right back.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Do you want to share your events with the world? Why not contact us? We are Liberia Public Radio, LPR. We are the specialists in advertisements, commercials, radio and TV services. We have the professionals that can help you sell your products and provide live coverage of all events, such as weddings, conventions, graduations, reunions, anniversaries, sports, birthdays, baby showers, religious activities, funerals, and many more. Take your phone right now and call any of the following numbers: 682-433-8802, 267-648-6089, 484-786-3337, or 916-533-2048. Our customer service representatives are waiting to take your calls and give you the needed assistance. It is LPR, the home of excellent media services and your friends in business.
This is what we do here. We always bring you news, information, and entertainment. Sometimes news that is just unbearable to deal with, but we are on an obligation to bring these news as they unfold as well. We want to thank you so much for joining us. This is The Examiner. Like I said, we will not be as much longer time. We have a number out there. Let's speak on some of the things here. That's what we are noted for. We generally, as a librarian, to manage these sort of crises when they occur, but I think it's important to prevent them, to have these conversations way ahead. I mean, it's just so enormous. I didn't even prepare this other video, but some of the video that I received, how the Burkinabe are infested into our country, is unbelievable. And this thing we have talked this thing long over and over and over. This national security concerns involved with that. And I don't know what they're going to do, because those people, the way I see them, the way they have occupied the bushes, the forest, or whatever farm, I don't know how they're going to get them. I don't know how possible, because these people, they are grounded. Their families, the people move in. They have like towns or another town in the bush within another town. How are you going to get those people out? How are you going to do it? They're making babies and all of that. We have the number there, 678-1362-5939 is the number. I just want you to bear it, because it's going to be some kind of a little bit crazy night here. But now we're standing hopefully before day tomorrow or so to try as much as possible to fill in the gap while the Lpr is away, to keep the conversation going in good and bad times. It's just like a motor car, right? You have an accident, the same motor car that broke your legs or broke your spine. If not that same identical motor car, another motor car will take you to the hospital. That's how the media looks like. So even if it happens to one of your own, in as tough, in as difficult it is, not feeling good, not in a good mood, but we have to get this conversation. We have to number call and extend the comment. Yeah, thank you so much, Prince. And I mean, um, I will asking tomorrow, but people know the liberal number that he usually put out there during his program. Once you call him, the only thing I want him to was hey, you need to pick up your phone. When people try to reach out to you, you got to pick up your phone. But I'll be as much as moderate as I can during this crisis because I know exactly how he's feeling. And Liberal is a besides politics conversation, he's a very, very nice and good gentleman. I remember when my mom passed away, uh, my brother, he cries and other folks, the Liberal, before I could get to Liberia, he was right there. So he's not like those sort of summertime friends. Only in good seasons you are friendly, but then when it's bad, then everybody go away. Let me bring in Moses here. Probably it's just going to be like 20 minutes here tonight, so before we can wrap up. But I just feel that I have to still bring it out. Yeah, let me just bring in Moses here.
Thank you, CEO. How are you?
Go. What you bought Air Liberia? You got you.
I want to tell you. I want to show you in the next 6 years, where maybe 5 years or so max, where Liberia will be. We have Air Liberia in Liberia. We're
in
working
5
on
years, in 5 years time.
it. We're working on it.
Who buying the Cuban or the next incoming president?
No president need to be part of it. You can
Well,
have.
this on a serious note, we need to have one.
Huh?
On a serious note, we need to have one. We have one. Was there that yellow tape those days?
I know.
That yellow air like bro. When a passing jet, you now open some kind of overhead something the smoke the big.
Yep. You know, private
But
citizens.
it's a disgrace. Though. We don't even have a plane.
But the thing about it so is that this idea, and I've seen it here first. I think if we can get people from the diaspora who really can invest some money,
what?
we can get a group of people and we can start a company to have to purchase a plane. We got enough Liberian money, not the stolen money, not the money the people, not the corrupt money. We're talking about people from the diaspora can negotiate have Air Liberia for Liberia. We can do it. It doesn't have to be the government owned. It can be privately owned. So I'm putting this out there.
You put in a private owned say that also that's a strategy for to. I want to be the chief accountant for that. For I want to be the financial executive of officer. No, it's good, but why it is a brilliant idea. What a GOL would even welcome that because
they have
the tendency. They have the tendency.
I don't think there will be an alternative to what, if you really have a group of people who can work on this, the government, I don't think they're going to be looking. I don't think they can shoot it down, or they shouldn't shoot it down. It has to be.
Their reception towards it. What is your motive? And why are you doing this? What are they doing? Sort of bureaucracy and all of things. But let's see here.
You see, we got in America, we got Delta, Continental. American Airlines owned privately.
I understand.
And that's the idea.
But they have a society that from time to time has incorporated a sort of stuff to bring in people because government cannot just do it alone. Exactly. But the reason is the government prints are going to be coming to you in a minute. But the reason is that what makes it difficult in our country, an entire world country, government is the source, is the only source out there. So if you are not in a system, they don't see you. If you're not with them, they don't see you they see you as an outsider and they might not give you the chance. But let me go to Prince here. And Prince, good evening. Happy Sunday. Prince, are you there?
I think Prince.
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, good evening.
Sir.
Yeah.
This evening, it's a very emotional evening for me, and I believe for many of the followers in this show, especially listening to what you've just narrated and seeing that this unfortunate situation has happened right in our own family. I mean, on this particular show, because over the period, you people have created this show and made it in a way that every one of us that participate, we are not only audience, but we see ourselves as family. So we believe this is very close to home. And for and on behalf of our and my family, including the network that we host under the Palava Hut, we want to use this time to extend our DPS condolences to Mr. To and his family. And we pray that the Almighty God, the Almighty Allah, will comfort, console, and heal the wounds that have been created by the passing of this very productive, young, and energetic man, and also a Liberian. I believe this is a sad time, not only for the family, but a sad time for Liberia, especially listening to, the narration from your own end is something that is very sad. But we cannot question the workings of God. In anything we say, well, he has given and he has taken away, so we cannot question him. But Mr. So, it is also important that when these things happen, we point out and ask that government, we don't want to be political because we are mourning, but we believe that people that are charged with the responsibility to ensure that the lives of the Liberian people are taken care of, when these kind of reckless and lackadaisical, negligence on the part of medical practitioners are carried out, for which we lost the lives of our dear ones, we believe that it is about time that we call these people to book. And it is unfortunate because over the period, Mr. So, we see that government is doing absolutely nothing to bring these people to book or even to improve these facilities and the lives of our people. Mr. So, you are a living witness of what happened right to redemption, where a lady was refused to enter in only because she did not have 25 United States dollars to pay, and she gave birth right on the sidewalk. Can you imagine? As I speak to you, we got an information from Grand Cape County, to be specific, in St. J, that a lady went while she was in labor to the St. J Medical Center, and that lady was refused entry to a government hospital. She was refused entry because she did not pay $15, and that woman gave birth right in the car. And unfortunately, the child did not make it. Mr. So, and distinguished colleagues or people who are on this line,
when that happens,
this is sad. This is sad.
When
I believe that
when it happens, spring.
This happened day before yesterday in Grand Cape County, in St. J. Grand Cape County is the information that we received from one of our reporters there in Grand Cape County. And in fact, the lady, they could not even send ambulance for her. The only ambulance that is at the St. J Medical Center is completely down. It has been down for the past 7 months. According to our reporter, for the past 7 months, it has been down. They had to use pickup. Can you imagine? Or pickup, the one they call Popo. In Liberia, we can call it Popo. That's what they have to use to put that lady in. And she was in that place while she reached there. At the end of the day, they said she could not pay the amount. She was in that car crying. My people were breaking you, until she gave birth right in that particular Popo. And according to the information, the child landed with his head, because of the kind of force, the child landed with the head. And before they could even admit her to the place, they said the child was gone. So these are the kind of things that we are faced with. But rather, we have government officials. We have the president riding $1.2 million car, while an oxygen tank cannot even be provided as one of the most referral hospital that we have in Liberia that we can boast of. That is the John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital. Mr. So, this is sad. This is completely sad. Hearing this news, it breaks my heart. But again, this is the kind of country we find ourselves in, and we just continue to talk and talk and talk so that at the end of the day, our people will make the right decision. And the last issue that you make mention of about the Burkina bees in, the forest there, the Grand Judea forest, Mr. So, this is concerning. This is worrisome. The reason for which we are saying it is concerning is worrisome. We know that Liberia from day one has been a nation that has been very hospitable and very accepting to every black man or to every Negro or to every human on the planet Earth. But again, Mr. So, we must be very careful with the level of terroristic activities that is going on, especially in the Sahel region, in the West African basin and etc. We look at what is happening in Guinea. Just quite recently, we saw what happened in Ivory Coast, where the Ivorians, they were accusing these Burkinabes of trying to, put us on subversive activities in their country. You know of the story very well. We heard that story also, and we report on that story. Now, to see these people are trooping in their thousands, and according to the information that we are gathering, some of these people are not even going through the rightful process, the rightful immigration process, where some of them, they will be adequately processed through the border and given whatever permission or documentation. According to the information that we have gathered, and I know you also have that information, that such is not done. These people will just walk through the forest of Aquino and walk through, and at the end of the day, they are in our forest, and before you go look, they are establishing whole family, they take over our forest, and etc. We are not saying that Liberia should be a no-go zone. No. All we are saying is that the government of Liberia, that is led by Mr. Joseph Numa Boeka, should put in place the requisite mechanism to make sure that people who are coming in our country, that they are adequately scrutinized and they go through the process. These are some of the reasons why you see the proliferation of drugs all around the place, because our borders are porous. Instead of these people focusing on our borders, they are not. They are focusing on their pockets. They are focusing on how their bank accounts can be loaded. And Mr. Bretta is focusing on how you can take extra trips abroad, while our borders are porous and our people are not even being paid. From information that we have gathered almost about 2 months now, the border patrol units of the Liberia Immigration Service, 2 months they have not taken pay. Can you imagine? Now you are asking me, why is it that today we have proliferation of different kinds of drugs that is coming from all the way Mexico and just passing through, and coming from all the way Colombia and going through our borders? You are asking because our borders are poorer, and the government of the day is not attaching importance to the safety and the security of the Liberian people, which is very, very much appalling. But again, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity, and our deepest condolences to the family of Mr. Toole and every one of us.
Thank you so much. We do appreciate that. Okay, that's what we do here. Views and opinions are allowed to be expressed, but those are not the views of the management and staff of the Liberia Public Radio. Let's have a quick conversation. Like I said, 10-15 minutes time. I'm going to wrap up. I just had to come on, but I believe you saw the news.
No, I didn't see it. I'm sorry, because I'm out trying to get my tire fixed, but I knew you were on the show. I was just coming in for a quick 2 minutes. What's going on with Mr. Toole?
The liberal his sons, one of his sons, I'll say the audio one, or maybe second audience, just passed away yesterday in Liberia.
Oh, wow.
It was just quick. I think I would throw something in the chat, but I just posted. He did a post yesterday yesterday evening.
Okay.
But it was a difficult one because it was just quick because it was on the ties.
Yeah, he always talked in Liberia, but
it was just a quick thing because
heartfelt condolences to the Liberal, and I'll reach out to him because I have.
You remember this thing of people saying those days when they go to a hospital, you gotta pay. They make a demand. You gotta pay a certain amount.
I said, CEO, listen. I listen to Prince talking all these things.
I'm not talking about Prince. I'm just taking a.
Let be frank. People need to stop politicizing these kind of tragedy when it happen to people. When it happen to other people that are close to him. Don't politicize it. We've had 3 government, 3 different administrations in office in our country since 2006. The blame for the hospital and those treatments has continued throughout. So for Prince to come sit down here now and say it's Boycott's responsibility and he's devastated about that, it's so hypocritical. They've been going on. I know a lady who gave birth at a clinic in Loken Town. She left, went home, came back sick with the baby, and said she delivered there. And this was all on the news. She delivered at that hospital, and they refused to service her because they said the doctor that delivered the baby, the doctor wasn't there. And the woman died in the car. I still got video. And it happened during we administration. So this is not something that's happening now. It's been going on since.
I think I mentioned that it's been ongoing from time to time. I don't know what.
Come down here and say all these things about Boycott driving $1 million car and all that. It has nothing to do with this issue. It has nothing to do with it. But again, they will always twist it to make it political. We need to stop being political on things that happen and we have to put some humor and understand that that country can only change if everyone commit to a change, not just a selected few that need to change. Okay, everybody needs to be part of the change that taking place.
I agree.
So, but when something happens, don't point your finger because of politics, because of political affiliation. It's everybody. It's everyone's responsibility. We are the government. Not just the people that are elected. We elected them. We put them in there. We need to hold them responsible. We have a responsibility. So don't be pointing your finger like that. This is so disheartening when I hear this. That we're going to point at one person and he's seen Boycott driving $100,000 or $100 million car. What that got to do with the healthcare system? It's been broken since 1989. It's been broken. You're recovering from civil war. Come on now.
Can it be fixed?
It can be fixed if we come and do it collectively. We need to start thinking positively and working together. That's the only way it can be fixed. We can't have people on the other side trying to be hypocritical and deceptive, and they can only hold an individual responsible. What part you playing to change? What is your responsibility for change? You see, these guys come in and make this thing so political, is really getting to my core now. And we need to start speaking on this issue. And because they have the louder mouth, because you have the louder mouth, doesn't mean that you're a politician. Everybody won't be a politician. That's crazy. We're talking about human lives here. We're talking about caring for each other. Have some passion in your body. Don't come cry here talk about the president doing it, the president doing that. It has nothing to do with the president. We have to make sure we take actions ourselves. That's my own vetting. I want to do that, but hopefully we can continue this kind of thing. Look, I didn't even know the message. Now I'm thinking, and I'm seeing here that airline bro will be my background now, and I'm going to promote this thing. Collectively, we can start a company so that we won't have to pay the kind of money we're paying to get on Brussels Air and all these stupid things, and they can't even take us. They treat us at the airport, put us in the plane for 7 hours. Before you leave from here to go to Labrador, you're on the plane. Your time period is 22 hours. So, it's uncalled for. We used to service people.
So let's see now. Your plane will take off from here straight to Labrador?
Yes, that's a short pass. The planes used to. We have ASA, we have UTA, we have KLM, we have British Caledonia. All these airlines used to go to Labrador.
The days of Sabina.
You're right. Sabina, all of them. And that was their first stop for refuel. Why we can't do that again? Because 80% of people never experience that, so they don't see it as a realistic goal.
What would be the name?
Don't start making me. Don't start telling. I don't want to become a politician. I don't want to start doing politics right now.
Who's gonna be the CEO for that company? What is the name of the company?
You will be the CEO, and you already the CEO. No, but Prince then need to stop this nonsense about because some of the things they say is nonsense, total nonsense. It doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, it's nonsense.
I think Prince wants to respond to you. So in the
no, let him go sit down. When I say prison person, then hear myself. If he wants to have a debate, let him myself have a debate. Because I will debate with him on everything, and I'll be objective. It has nothing to do with me supporting Burka. That's why he's calling. But let him come. The last time he came,
who is supporting?
The last time he came, he said something, he left, and he went. We never had a chance to talk about that. Jihad got loudmouth. Some of us, we've been involved with politics, and we got loudmouth. But when we sit quietly and listen to these nonsense, and they're polluting these people's mind who are ignorant, that's where we come to. They've probably been going
on. You see how difficult it is when it's to do that. Just give her the okay. Just let's hear the last guy before we wrap up. I don't want to carry pressure all this evening. I know that El Laburo.
Yeah, that El Laburo. That's why our air used to look like.
Okay, let's let me hear you.
I appreciate you very much.
Yeah, Mr. You know, we there's a segue were around when United Party used to blame everything on the CDC, so he can show some of the passion and the emotion he had tonight. You know, because
I love you too. I love you too.
When CDC was in power, everything is the government, is the president, is the CDC, you know. So, but I think on a serious note, I think we need to come together as Liberians so that we can identify some of these things and then we speak, as a collective unit, because it's not everything we must politicize. That's true. But they did it to us yesterday, so much way to them today. I think that has to start.
So your opinion, you're there?
No, it has to start. But who am I? Other people view maybe different.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. People that put their business with people doing.
Okay.
I put that on you. So I'm gonna pay by. You right?
No, I beg you. You use a play. You use a do put there.
Oh yeah, put that. But put that on you. You can't catch me.
But the last one was.
I haven't heard it even. I beg you. Where you come from? Put that. I hear that one long time.
It was 1 in the morning, 2 in the evening. That kind of stupid play before.
Okay. Prince call. Let me hear what you want to say. Okay. Well,
we're not gonna get. I'm not gonna get into a debate with Prince.
No, yeah. You see that again, Prince. Hello, Prince.
No, I said the last one before the war, right? It was 1 for the morning, 2 for the show. Not knowing we have a peace civil war coming.
I know.
We didn't know, and we all were playing that play. How to be one another. From 88 to 89.
Yep.
And then when the war, yes, it was just by everything. 1 for the morning, 2 for the show. Then you shoot in front of your friend. God, not knowing the war were blowing underneath. So we didn't know that.
Mr. Saw, I beg to leave. I'm out here trying to get.
Yeah, myself. I guess something to do. I just wanted to come tonight.
I just wanted to come show real quick.
Right before you go,
so we're going to start a collection for El Laburo.
Well, we're gonna the beginning. We're talking about it. We're trying to put a proposal together to have people. We have to get on board that this is a wonderful idea. And then we're gonna start looking for people who got the same mind. We're gonna find people who got meeting of the minds, who want to do it. They might know some investors. We don't have to come up with the money from our pocket, but if we put together a proposal, a concrete proposal, and present it to people, to individuals who can stand behind us, we can do this. We can do this.
The first flight, in order for me to be there, the first flight should land in Grand Gideo.
Well, we were talking about that. We're talking about that. You gotta pay your air slip first. Look, Mr. So, yesterday I watched Emmanuel Koto. He has a video that says it took him 50 minutes from Springfield to Sando County because he took the people there on this solar energy thing. He went with a team of expertise and they're building a whole plan over there. Now, the important reason of that video is that when they drove to the airport, Springfield, listen, the runway is dilapidated. The building, are you kidding me? Our local airport, Springfield Airport, the buildings are dilapidated.
Springfield, you remember Springfield for
come on now. What we're doing?
I don't think it's really active
why those things don't take priority in government? It depicts who you are as a nation.
Tonight is not one of those nights that is
so. I just wanted to bring that up, and that's why I'm pushing this idea. All the people here, they collect money and they have these conventions and they do this and they do that for the school. They want to build the school. They want to improve the school. Listen, we can have a convention and raise money across this country to renovate that Springfield Airport. It will be the people's place.
You see, why is supposed to champion for? We need to face the airport before we buy the plane. We'll buy the plane now.
That's fine. We can do that. You see, and I will say the last thing. You see the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, but
real quick, then I go. The Green Bay Packers football team is owned by the people in Greenville. It's owned by the fans.
Okay.
All right. So I will talk to you later, Mr. So.
Let be so international airport, no James Spring business.
Yeah, okay. Good night, and thank you for the show.
All right. Okay, guys, let me hear from you quick. Tonight is not one of my nights. Yeah, let's do it one at a time. Let me hear you quickly, Prince. 30 seconds, please. I gotta go. Yeah.
So, Mr. So, just quite recently, the GAC conducted an audit. And in that particular audit report, it was clearly spelled out that there were institutions that did not even receive their budgetary allotment. And some of those institutions that were affected are medical institutions that did not receive their budgetary allotment. Now, if we are saying that let us blame the government, then other people are saying we should not make it political. What is political about this? When there was a report, you saw that report, you read that report, Mr. So, and the report is all over, where a government institution under the record-led administration told us that hospitals did not receive their budgetary allotment.
Okay.
There were some institutions that were very keen to saving lives and protecting property. We have received the budgetary allocation. Now we are blaming the government because of some of these things. That's the reason why some of these
we're gonna have a detailed conversation here tomorrow. Thank you so much. Let me go to Christopher. Christopher, what's your last word?
People want their deaths. Why can't you blame the government? We blame the government because Mr. Brecker said in 6 months you will bring a medical facility that will be well equipped. They didn't say, the records are there. We have the records. That's why he said in 6 months when you make him president, you will bring a medical facility that will be so sophisticated and advanced. Where is the medical facility? Or where are those medical facilities that he promised? Are we asking for anything out of heaven?
Please share that. Please share that
for the things that he promised us. That's all.
Please share that with me tomorrow.
That our people are dying.
Okay. Please share that with me. Christopher, let's hear you quick before I wrap up. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mr. Su, first of all, I want to extend my sincere or my deepest sympathy to Honorable Toll and the entire Toll family, for the loss of our dear brother and son. May the good Lord comfort them. I'll find time to give him a call. I think I still have his number here. Mr. Su, when people talk about Air Liberia, Air this, Air that. These are all good ideas. But we proffered these things probably 6 years ago, even though the CDC-led government at that time did not give us any ear. I hope that, Honorable Segbe and other government sympathizers will be able to convince this government so that they will build another airport in the southeastern region. At least they have that competition with the north and south, Monrovia and the southeastern region. Let build another airport down there so that we can have the competition, because Nima is closer to the southeastern region, so the people in Nima County can decide whether to go and fly from Monrovia or to fly from the southeastern region. And when you put it to the diaspora, we got a lot of people from the southeastern region in the diaspora, people who are working, who can buy their own ticket and this and that. Airline do look at how many passengers can go to a specific location. And then it doesn't even have to be the government. Certain well-meaning Liberian, well-connected Liberian can go and talk to Delta, can go and talk to American Airlines, can go and talk to United, can go and talk to Sabina or wherever, and all these people. It must not only be the government. But in the case of Liberia, the government said they're going to provide good health care.
Thank you so much.
They're going to provide good schools. They're going to provide roads, all these things. So government encourage people to not help. They said they will do all. At the end of the day, they can provide these things to help people.
Christopher, good night, please.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Yeah, oh my goodness, Jesus Christ. All right, guys, we were just forced to not really forced, but part of our commitment, good or bad, to come out here to also share information. So I want to thank you. Hopefully tomorrow we're going to start our active conversation here, but I think it was also important to share this with you. But that's how serious it is. I hope people, policy decision makers will kind of pay attention to what is happening, because there are things that people should really have control. They should have control. But idea people going to hospital, people fighting for their life and making demand, and only at the end of the day they can't even help it. It's just heartbreaking. So hopefully this broken system all can be addressed. And it's just not only the government alone. So we all are problem. Everybody problem. If everybody can do their own share of what they should do that is within their control, is within their own purview, that would be good. But unfortunately, it is the situation, and somebody got to be the big boy in a room to really wear their pants to straighten out this system. People go to hospitals, all of the doctors, all of the people that get their own facility, that even when you can get that medication within that corridor, they will tell you, say, go to so place because that's where their interest is. I don't know. So sometimes it's just too much. But again, our prayers and thought goes out to the liberal progressive for the passing of his son. Man, it's pretty more like 40. That's painful, If you look at all of the time, the investments and everything that you put in, and just in 72 hours, everything just turned the kind of way is high. And then so you wonder how this happened. What could have been the difference? Somebody failed to intervene, and there are a lot of things just want to be running through your head. But again, we want to say our deepest condolences to the Liberal Progressives, as Samson Broku Brown To, Sagba Samson To. We usually call him Sagba, more or less the name. Young man, just his untimely demise. It was just quick, it was just so fast. I mean, the story, was still gathering information, how, why, what probably could have been done, but now it just leaves off with speculation. I wonder if this will happen, if this person have done this. And that's what we always say here, prevention is better than cure. We hope our country, we hope our systems will improve. where people lives of the people can be prioritized. Maybe treat the people until they can leave. You make their family to pay, and that's why they have emergency. Thing that is of life threatening, you address the situation before any other thing. Yeah, like you see, two-person dying here. We all have learned this thing here. The one that is more or less in a life-threatening situation, that's the person you want to attend to. You can't say, "Oh, I gotta wait. I gotta do this. I gotta do that." That meaning could save a life. Here we are. We'll continue to have this conversation. We want to thank you so much. Hopefully tomorrow join us. Hopefully we have the strength. Hopefully we have the courage. Hopefully we overcome it. You know, when people are being there for you, when it happens to them, you have to be there for them as well. And I know who is the liberal progressive. With all the things that we do here, butt hairs and stuff like that, when it's over here, it's over. We don't keep, he doesn't keep anything. I don't keep it. Sometimes, you know, we do it. You know how you can talk. And so the couple of days that he's gonna be away here, we will dearly miss him because I like to kind of like grill him. I like to kind of put him on the stuff too. But yeah, we are here. But our prayers and thought goes out to him, and hope it's gonna be a long way to heal. But we just hope and pray that God will lead him through this process. Until then, folks. Hey, the birthday girl, Magavid, happy belated birthday. Really thank you for all what you do for the community. Joy is quite a long time, so we haven't seen. Hope everything doing well. LeBron man, inbox me that information you are talking about. But by God willing, we're gonna be here, and hopefully the analyst is gonna be here, and we're gonna take head on some of the news making headlines in Liberia. Until then, have a pleasant evening. The time has changed, so it catch up with people in different forms and shape here. But hopefully we are all on point and we'll be moving forward from there. We want to thank you so much. Have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.